Hi and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I'm Becky, your yarn host, and today we're going to be working on the lemon peel stitch, also known as the seed stitch or the griddle stitch. Some of these stitches that we do have a lot of different names depending on what part of the country you live in. As always, we are going to start with a slip stitch on our hook. However you get that on your hook is up to you. And we are going to chain let me think. I think I'll chain 18. We'll see how big that is. I'm using a 6mm Susan Bates hook, which I always use for tutorials. And the yarn I am using is Re-Up by Lion Brand. And it is a 2.5 in weight. 117 yards. It's 100% recycled cotton. It's a 4mm. It calls for I can't see that, I9 or a 5.5mm hook, which we may do. The colorway is aqua in this one. Pull out a bunch more yarn here. Depending on what, this looks like a smaller 4-weight, but I do like my dishcloths to be a little bit airier, so I like them a little bit looser. So let's try 18 and see what that does. We may go up quite a bit. 1, 2, 3. To chain, you wrap around and pull through a loop. Wrap around, pull through a loop. This is definitely some rough cotton. Definitely for home, not for body wear. Don't make it. You could, I guess, technically make clothing out of it, but I would not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just because there's some really soft cotton out there that I would prefer to use. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And that's not going to be wide enough. So let's go up to, not for my cloth. Let's say 25, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like my washcloths to be at least a little bit bigger than my hand, and that'll work. Let's do 26 for our turning. Okay, so then what we do is we go into the second chain from the hook and we single crochet. So this does not count, as always, this does not count as the first chain on your hook. This is 1, 2, and we're going to do a single crochet in that one. And in the next one, we're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch. And we're going to alternate that. So a single crochet is go through your yarn, pull up a loop, wrap it around, go through both. A double crochet in the next stitch is wrap your yarn, go through your stitch. The next stitch, wrap it around, bring up a loop. You have 3 on your hook. Wrap it around, bring through 2. Wrap it around, bring through 2. Then we're going to go back. In this next stitch, we're going to go back and do a single crochet. And then a double crochet in the next stitch. You can slow me down if you need to. You can speed me up. You can do it however you want to on your settings on YouTube. You can go back and re-watch if you need to. So we did a double, so now we're going to do a single, and then a double, a single, then a double. If you don't have these stitches down, I do have a tutorial that you can go and watch that has the beginning crochet stitches that's got the single, the half, double, and the double on there, and your chain, and how to create your chain stitch. This one's a single because we just got finished with our double, and we're going to go to the double. And a single and a double. A single and a double. A single and a double. A single, and we're going to end with in our last stitch with a double. So this is what it should look like. I might have messed up right there, but nope, I didn't. Okay, so that's what it should look like. And then the next stitch, we are going to chain one, turn our work, and go right back into this stitch that we just finished right here. We're going to do a single crochet on top of the double crochets and a double crochet on top of the single crochets. So we start out with a single, we do a double, then we go to a single, then we go to a double, then a single, and then a double, and a single, and a double, a single, and a double, and we do this all the way across, just a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, and I will meet you back here at the end. Okay, and then we're at the end. I just did a single, so we're going to end, and this is a single crochet here. We'll end it with a double. Okay, so we ended with a double, so we're going to chain one, turn our work, and we're going to go right back into this with a single crochet, and then we're going to go into our single crochet with a double crochet, and we're going to repeat this process: single, double, single, double. This is how I say it in my head, so you're just seeing inside my brain. Single, double. That's the way I don't get off track. Single, double, single, and a double. And continue on doing this single, double all the way across the row, and I will meet you back at the end. At the end, and we do a double in the single crochet. Now if you are ending with a double crochet, then you would, like I am, you chain up one and you turn. If you're ending with a single crochet, you chain two and work into your next stitch a single crochet, because that chain two will count as your first stitch. But I'm ending with a single crochet every time. So I go back in there and do my single crochet, because the chain one does not count as your turning stitch. So that's what you should have. You can, if you need to, go back and repeat the rows. I will come back whenever I get this completed and show you what it looks like. It's got a very nice texture on it. Also, with this stitch, you can do just about anything. You can do scarves. You can actually do this with a hat. You can do like we're making a dishcloth, you can make a blanket, you can make clothing out of this stitch. You can do a lot of stuff. I guess you could say the sky is the limit. So I will be right back with the finished product and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we are at the final row, and we know that because you bring up your tail, your other corner, and you put it on this one, and you smooth it out, and it is an even triangle. So you've got a perfect square. So now you can do one of two things. You can be done, or you can go across on your ends and you can do a single crochet border all the way around. And how you would do that is you take where you're at, you stopped with a double crochet, you chain one, and you put 2 double crochets into that stitch. Then you skip that and you just evenly, no, I would go into that one. You evenly place single crochets all the way around. You don't have to have a perfect count or anything like that. And you just place a single crochet in between everything that goes down like this. And see how that's evening up your border. So you're just going to wrap around a single crochet around this. See how there's a bar that comes down right here? You're going to wrap a single crochet in this one. And then where that bar is, you're going to go into where that bar is and you're going to put a single crochet. And then you have another bar, so you put a single crochet in there. And that's an easy way to know where your stitches go, especially with this pattern. Most patterns don't do this. But if you watch, you can see that I'm going to put one here, here, and here. In every place that there is a bar, I'm going to go around the stitches into the holes and make single crochets. And this is what it ends up looking like. And we'll go all the way around doing that. And I will be back in just a second. And we just need to finish it out all the way down with our single crochets. This doesn't take very long. And if it starts puckering or if it starts bowing up, you've got too many, you just pull back and take out a few. And now that I'm at the corner, this is how we're going to do the corner. We're going to do 2 single crochets in this side. We're going to chain 2. And then we're going to go over here and do 2 single crochets right back in that same stitch. And that's going to turn our corner for us. Now in this one, on this side, since this is the side that we were crocheting into earlier, this is our bottom, we're going to go into every stitch with a single crochet. So every place that you see a stitch, we're going to go in with a single crochet. See how these stitches are coming down and there's a stitch right here above it. We're just going to go right into that. Single crochet into this one. We're going to single crochet into the next one. All the way across. And this is going to put a border on. So what I want you to do is I want you to work your way all the way around with your single crochets. and put your border on. And this makes a very, very textured washcloth, dishcloth, whatever you want it to be. This one is, you can make this out of softer cotton, like I love this cotton, and not a kitchen type cotton or a home cotton. And it would be a wonderful washcloth, textured washcloth. This is out of the Re-Up, which is a very rough cotton. I would call it a home cotton. So now here's our tail. Let me show you how to work over your tail. So here's the end of the stitch. We're going to do the same thing in this corner. We're going to chain, or we're going to single crochet 2. We're going to chain 2 to turn the corner, and then we're going to single crochet 2. And while we're doing that, we've got our yarn on the top. We're going to work around our yarn, and we're going to do that all the way down so our yarn doesn't come out. We're going to go back into this stitch right here with a, same as on the other side, with a single crochet, but working over that tail. Single crochet here. We're going to go in, the tail's on the top. We're going to grab up a yarn, and it's going to, and we're going to go above that tail and do a single crochet, and see how that encapsulates that tail. My tail's coming out right here out of the stitch, and it's not in the back. It's right on top of the stitches. And you can pull it tight to make it snug. And then we're going to go back into this stitch right here. So we're going to go here and work around the tail. And we're going to go into this stitch, working around our tail all the way down. Keep that tail on the top. And since this has a knot, this is the tail that has the knot back here on this side, we don't have to worry about working it back into our stitches, back the other direction. And once you get a couple of inches, you can drop that tail. And I'll show you what to do here in a second with it. Go into each stitch where there's a bar. You go on either side of that bar and just continue on doing your single crochets. And I'm going to continue on, but be quiet while I do this so you can watch me. I'll probably speed it up through here, and you can watch me single crochet all the way around. And if I have trouble, I'll pull it out and you'll see that. Okay, so now we're back here at this other corner. So we're going to single crochet into that side. And then here we're going to do 2 single crochets here. Because we started with 2 single crochets in the corner, we're going to chain 2. And we're going to do a single or a slip stitch into this space right here. And see how that makes us a perfect squared off edge and a perfect squared off border. You have a perfect edge all the way around, and it just tightens up and pretties up your edge. I did too much right there. I'll have to go back and take that out. Or I can use that to hang it up also. to dry, to let it dry. I may do that, just let it dry right there, because I did double. This side I did too many stitches right there, so that's why it's poking out right there. I didn't come around it. I did too many. See, even I make mistakes, but I'll probably just leave that, and it'll hang up on a nail in my kitchen to dry, because these takes a little while to dry. I don't let these lay over the sink or on the top of my my faucet. I usually hang them up on a nail to let them dry, to air dry and let them drip. So this has a beautiful, beautiful texture. I don't know if you can see that. So what we do here at this end, on this end, is we do like everything else. We do 2 slip stitches. We cut our work. We pull it out. We slide it down. Make it tight right there. We get our needle, which mine's over here on this edge. We thread our needle. And you want to go down through there. I always go down, pull it. It's going to be tight right here at the very beginning. Pull it down, and then see these stitches right here? These are the stitches that I like to go into. These long, tall stitches right through here. I go in between there. About halfway down my needle. Pull it through. Getting the eye of the needle through is a little bit difficult. And then what you do is you skip over this one to lock it in place. If you go back through this one, it's going to pull out. So you skip over that one and you go right back through. And then that's good enough that you can, and since I've been tugging on it now, it's crooked. You can cut this off. Pull that out, and you do the same thing. You can do the same thing with this one, but you don't have to. Oh, that's what it was. I just needed to pull the tail. So now it doesn't look so bad. And I am going to go back through, since I've got it one way, since we worked over that yarn one way, I'm going to go back through. I'm going to pull the tail tight, and I'm going to go back through. It's coming out right here. I'm going to skip over that one and go back through this way. To lock that into place. You can go back through it if you want to, a third time. And there you go. There is the lemon peel stitch crocheted washcloth. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a like and subscribe. Comment below on another stitch that you may want to see done or anything else. And y'all have a great and wonderful day.